Okay, kids, since we're all locked up, I thought I'd give a short video just to check out what this camera can do. We'll find a few different ways of doing the sum 2, 3, 4 times 2, 5. Okay, so it's a small long multiplication sum. Now the traditional way would be to do it this way. This is traditional way, traditional, also known as column method. You basically have 2, 3, 4. It's always useful to be able to write in the boxes. That's why I've got the squared paper, courtesy of Grupo Strategia. And then you simply start with this one here. 5 times 4 is 20, so you do a 0 and you carry the 2. That's a 15, obviously 5 times 3, so you've got 5, but you need to take the 2 that you carried, pick it back up again. You don't want to leave it lying around like some kind of, trashy kind of person. So that's 17 now, yes, so now you're carrying the 1. That, 5 times 2 is 10, and you've got to pick up that 1 that you left lying around, so you've now got 170 for 5 lots of 2, 3, 4. Hang on a second, I'm making a film. And then you've got the 20s, because you're going to use it like 2, you would need to put that 0 in there so that the 2 becomes like 20. 2 lots of 4 is obviously 8. 2 lots of 3, obviously 6. 2 lots of 2, obviously 4. Just add those 2 lots together. Here you've got a 15, so you're doing the carry thing again. That's an 8 then, instead of 1 and 6 plus the 1 you drop there. And here you've just got, that's not a 1, that's just a gee, thanks. Comma for the 1,000, so that's 5,850. Right. Now we'll take the second method. Second method is what's often, this is like a column method instead. So here you've got like the thousands, the hundreds, the tens, and the ones that way, and you've got the tens and the ones this way. And you say, okay, so you do something like this with it. And you say, okay, so how many hundreds are there? Well, there's 200 in 234. Yeah, so there's hang on, I need another column if I'm going to do it like that. There's as far as tens are concerned, you've got 20 and you've got 5. Yeah, here you've got 30, here you've got 4. So you just do the multiplications through like that. 20 lots of 200 is 4,000. 20 lots of 30 is 600. 20 lots of 4 is 80. 4 lots of 5 will be obviously 20. Then 30 lots of 5 is 150, and 200 lots of 5 is 1,000. And then you can add them down. So you've got the 5,000 here, 750 there, 100 there, and then if you add those 3 together, you obviously get the 5,850. Or you can do it going across, where you get the same numbers actually as you've got in the first one here. If you do that, you do it 4,680, and you've got the 1,170, and of course we already know that adds up to 5,850. So whichever way you're doing, you're getting the same thing. Another version of this, which has started to become more popular, they call it Chinese method, it's also known as lattice method, is where you do it like this. You go 2, 3, 4 on 25, and then you just put on squared paper, you put these lines going like this. So you've got that sum is in there, but oops, I'm not doing it very nicely, am I? But basically what you have is 5, so let's take it from the top. Actually, I'll write that again. 2, 3, 4 lots of 25, and then you put these lines on like that. Now you've got that box there, and I'll draw the lines a bit more carefully now so that you can see how it's supposed to look. Yeah. Now, each box like that becomes a sum. 2 lots of 2 is 4. There's no tens in there. There's just 4 units. 3, so the tens go at the top of the diagonal, and the units go at the bottom of the diagonal. So 3 lots of 2, no tens, but 6. 4 lots of 2, no tens, but an 8. When it's 4 lots of 5, there are 2 tens and a 0 because it's 20, right? Here we've got 15. Here you've got 10. So then you just add them up going down. Yes, you've got a 0 there. Here you've got an 8 and a 2 and a 5, so that gives you a 5, and you carry the 1 back over to there. So here you've got this coming down 6, 1 and 1, that gives you 8, and the 4 and the 1 there gives you 5, so you've got the 5, 8, 50 there. So that's the way that they do it in China, but don't do that, because obviously you're going to get coronavirus if you do that, kids, so leave that well enough alone. I'll show you a fourth method. Basically, the fourth method is to say, okay, so 234 lots of 25 is not that far off 250 lots of 25. So we know that 25 lots of 25, if we know times tables as well, or we know like square numbers well, general knowledge, we probably remember that that's 625. Obviously, we're looking at 250 rather than 25, so you just would add a 0 on the end. But what's the difference between that? 234 and 250. Well, it's obviously 16 is the difference. Yes, so the difference would be 16, and we all know that 16 lots of 25 is an easy calculation, because if you want to multiply something by 25, it's like basically dividing it by 4 and timesing it by 100. Yeah. So divide 16 by 4, you've got 4, so that would give you, times that by 100, you've got 400. So you just take the 400 off, just like you've got 34 is here, is like 250 minus 16 would be 234, that gives you 16, so you have to take it away. Yeah. So if you take away the 400 from the 6250, then you get your 5850. Okay, so that's like more mental arithmetic way. And probably in order of superiority, you've got the traditional method, you've got the column method, you've got the lattice method, which will give you coronavirus, and you've got this more based around mental arithmetic, which is easier in the end to do in your head than the other methods. Okay.